Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Nerdy Pappy coming at you. Just wanted to show you this new to me, yard by Matt VT Yards. This is the Havre, Montana, or Havre, Montana, however you want to pronounce it. Farm or ranch or whatever you want to call it. It's a really nice yard, and just going to show you around a little bit here. And I'm itching to put my graphic, the same one on the door of my truck there. I'm itching to put that on the sign, so we're going to get into that here in a minute. Just wanted to show you around this beautiful yard. It is everything and more than I expected, and I think you will agree it is a very nice yard. I left the mini map up there so you can see, or the GPS or whatever you want to call it. Left that up down there so you can see the overhead view on the map of this yard. It's right next to a farm supply pickup, whatever you want to call it, farm pickup, I guess it is. Anyway, let's get into doing this, changing out the sign. Right now it's got the Matt VT sign on it, which I don't object to having Matt's logo on there, but thought it might be kind of cool to have my own little ranch. So we're going to go to the folder that we unzipped when we got this thing, and there you'll find you've got an SCS file. Now I've already copied it to my mod, so I've got two copies, one I can play with. Now I'm going to open up with WinZip here, and then I'm going to open up that Tana 95 folder, and then sign Siret. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the DDS files. There's two of them in there. One is like the backdrop of the sign, the base. I think it's called the base image or something like that. And I extracted it to a folder. Excuse me. And there you see it right there. Now right click it and open it up with paint.net. And there you can see what it looks like. I don't see any reason to change it. I think this is kind of the frame and all that for it, but in the background and that kind of thing. But I didn't really see any reason to change it right now, because we're going to go with a darker color anyway. So I'm just going to stick with it. What I'm going to do now, I think we're going to open up that SCS file again, just so we can pull a image out of it. We're not changing anything yet as far as in the SCS. We're just pulling from it. So we're going to open the Tana, Taina 95 folder, and then sign SURETTE. We're going to get in there, and we're going to scroll down to where it says I think it's sign background or sign something. I can't read it from here, but at any rate, we want that one. So I'm going to hit extract to a folder, and then I'm just going to leave it where its destination says it wants to be, because it's right there in that folder. Now you see it right there. So what we're going to do is go back to our paint.net, and we're going to click on open, and then we're going to chase that file down, because that's the file we want. And we're going to pull that into paint.net. There it is. That's the Matt VT part. Now I could change the whole thing if I wanted to. I could completely replace the background and everything, but I'm just doing this quickly, show how it's done, and just to kind of play around with it a little bit. Like I said, we're doing a dark background anyway, so I don't think the bits are going to show up. And then I'm going to go in and I'm pick myself a graphic, because that's what I do. We're going to go to our rodeo stuff, because that's what this ranch is all about. I got the rodeo truck, the rodeo trailer. I've got a horse hauling trailer. It's the Ebby horse trailer. Link will be in the description. The truck is the Cascadia Legacy by Mark Brower. Links in the description, so you know where to pick that up. That's a free truck. Alright, scroll down and find my little sign that I put on the door of my truck. There it is right there. I'm going to open that up. Circle C Ranch. We're going to edit, select all, copy. We're going to go back over, make sure we add a layer. You can do that down there on the right hand side. There's a little tick box that says add a layer. And that's the layer we want to work on. It's got a transparency to it, so you can see Matte VT right underneath it. We're just going to stretch that puppy out, fill the sign area, and we're just going to kind of cover Matt's graphic there, and make it look good. You won't even see that top of that truck once we get this done anyway. So then I'm going to deselect that once I'm happy with it. Go ahead and deselect it now, and then we'll paste another copy of the same thing, and then we're just going to kind of line it up with the edge of the top one. And I could have made it easier. I could have, you know, changed the image size to match the other one and all that, but I didn't see any reason to do all that. Can drag that down there and do the same thing. Nothing to it, folks. Once we're happy with the placement on that, we're going to deselect that. Now we're going to hit well, I want to take his layer, and I'm just going to kind of dim it down a little bit, make it a little bit more opaque, I guess you call it. Turn the opacity down just a little bit. That'll help darken things up in the game, I believe. Sorry, I've been sick. Alright, I'm going to save this as a DDS, and I'm not going to change the name. I'm going to leave it the same, but I'm just going to change it, put it in a different folder so I don't overwrite the original one, because I may want to use it in the future. It is a template. Then we flatten it. Now we've got a folder or a file of the same name, and it's in the other folder. It's right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip over now to American Truck Simulator, our mod folder, and then we're going to scroll down to that Havre, Montana yard. We're going to right click it. We're going to open it with WinRAR. Once we're in there, we are going to once again open a Tana 95 folder and the Sign Surette folder. We're going to scroll down to where it says the sign background or whatever it's called. We're going to delete that. It's a DDS file. Now we're going to right click. We're going to add files to archive. We're going to go chase down that image we just created. Once I can figure out where it's at. It's right there. No big deal. That's the one we just created. Now we're going to add it. And the reason you have to keep it the same name is because there's an OBJ file in there of the same name, and it's looking for that, you know, it's looking for that image. And if you change the name of that image, it's going to throw up an error. Now, we just close that. We open up American Truck Simulator. once we've got American Truck Simulator open, we don't have to worry about going into our mods. If you already have the yard active in your mods like I do, I don't have to change anything because the change was made in the files. Now, bear in mind, if you're putting that DDS file into your SCS file in your mods, don't have the game open because it'll throw up an error. So you need to do that with your game closed. So now once we're back in world, we'll go to the yard. And there you'll see it. Gonna go to the photo studio because then we can move around, be able to zoom in on that sign. There's more than one sign on this yard. There's like one on each end, but and that image, that logo will appear on all signs. So far I've discovered there's 2 signs, at least to my belief. I may be wrong, but I believe there's one on the far left over there that we can't see from here. But now you can see my little sign out there. It used to say Matt VT Yard, and now it says Circle C Ranch. And see, you can't see that truck bit in there because it's a black background, and I kind of dimmed it out a little bit. And we could probably mess with that frame a little bit if we wanted to. That's what that other DDS file is in there, is your bits and bobs for your sign frameage and all that stuff. But I didn't want to mess with that. I just wanted to keep this simple. I wanted to add my ranch logo on there so it matches my truck. And there you have it. Take a picture of it, send it to your mama, you know, all that good stuff. That's a pretty looking area, isn't it? Man, look at that. See, and you got all those little bitty gooseneck livestock trailers over there. I got a pickup truck too that'll pick those up. I got a dually that'll pick those up. But there's the Bushnell yard next door. Now you can pull right in that driveway, pick you up a load and go with it. And then here we are, parked in our little ranch over here. There's the house. There's Grandpa standing on the porch, or whoever he is, I don't know. Maybe he's just a stranger. But this yard, you can see the garage right there. That's your purchasable garage. And the icon's around the other side where my trailer was parked when I started this video. So that's where you buy the garage, and then you can use that as your garage manager to expand it to 5 slots, that kind of thing. There's cows out in the field out there. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.